So Pakistan's potential boycott, and I keep saying potential boycott because again, nothing is really set in stone in that regard of the India match in the T20 World Cup, something that has been outlined by their government on social media, but has conveniently not yet been handed over in writing by the Pakistan Cricket Board. But it continues to make news, and obviously we have heard more often than not from the Pakistani side. We've even had a couple of comments from the Indian side, but one of the most obviously, let's say, affected parties in this entire cancellation were always going to be Sri Lanka, because lest we forget, the much anticipated match was always going to be hosted in Colombo because, of course, of the hybrid rule or the hybrid model rules that were in place for both India and Pakistan, which stated that if any of the two nations was hosting an ICC event, then, well, if India was hosting, then Pakistan would play their match in a neutral venue and vice versa. Now, what we're getting to know from news reports that are currently doing the rounds in Sri Lanka is that the Sri Lanka cricket, which is of course their cricket board, has in fact written to the Pakistan cricket board and asked them to reconsider their non-participation in this T20 World Cup game, which, the match against India. In this letter, what Sri Lanka cricket has said is that what's happening is that it's affecting their tourism as well as, of course, the gate receipts from that particular match. Don't forget, it says, see, the letter highlights that ticket sales for matches in Sri Lanka, particularly the India-Pakistan fixture, have been completed and recorded exceptionally strong demand, reflecting unprecedented public interest and major commercial expectations. And they are worried that any non-participation in a marquee fixture would have wide-ranging implications, including substantial financial exposure, the loss of tourism inflows, and broader economic fallout. In fact, what's also being reported is that Sri Lanka's tourism and hotel industry has already been taking a hit following Pakistan's reported decision to not play the February 15 match, because there have been multiple hotel booking cancellations affecting several hotels that are currently based in Colombo. Now, hotels had prepared for a sharp increase in international visitors linked to this match, but cancellations have impacted the occupancy projections for the World Cup. And it is worth noting that, the correspondence, this letter also points out that Sri Lanka cricket, together with the Sri Lankan government, is mindful of the wider impact that the boycott could have, affecting not only Sri Lanka cricket, but also a broad range of stakeholders. So, it is also worth noting, and they actually mentioned this, that Sri Lanka cricket said the national team has toured Pakistan on several occasions under challenging circumstances, including periods marked by serious security incidents when other cricketing nations were hesitant to do so, adding that these are steps taken in good faith in the spirit of sportsmanship as well as mutual respect between the two boards, and that Sri Lanka are now expecting that same mutual respect to be reciprocated. And they've said that, there's no security problems here, so security shouldn't be an issue. And in conclusion, Sri Lanka basically said, guys, please reconsider your decision to boycott or selectively abstain from this match. Now, again, that's a lot to unpack in this particular letter, but I'll quickly sum up what the major things are. First off, ticket sales for these matches has already been done, and according to the Sri Lankan Cricket Board, it has actually been very, very strong. There have been a lot of ticket sales. What's more, this match was expected to bring significant amounts of tourism for Sri Lanka, not only, of course, from India and Pakistan, but also overseas, because again, there are plenty of expatriates who live in Europe, in the Americas, and they would have also been wanting to come to Sri Lanka to watch this particular game. So they were expecting a lot of overseas tourists, but now that is being hit. In fact, what they're saying is that there has been a surge in hotel booking cancellations in the Colombo area, which is of course harmful to their tourism industry, because they were expecting, or they were prepared for more people to come. And in fact, what's happening now is the exact opposite. And Sri Lanka cricket also noted that, look, we have taken part in tours of Pakistan in recent times, at a time when very few nations were unwilling or were willing to actually tour Pakistan, and we did so at times of political uncertainty and instability, despite the fact, lest we forget, that Sri Lanka were one of the key reasons why Pakistan ended up becoming international pariahs for about a decade, because again, it was that terrorist attack in Lahore which saw the Sri Lankan team targeted, that led to their exile pretty much as a cricketing nation. So they're saying, look, we did that out of good faith, and we expect that we would in fact be, this will now be reciprocated by you guys, and you will ensure that you're not boycotting this match. and that you actually come and ensure that this game goes ahead. So as I said, there's so many stakeholders for this match. It's not just obviously the ICC members, which, as we've mentioned also, the ICC members tend to lose a lot from this, because again, if the overall revenue of the ICC is hit, then everyone's cut is also small, and that ironically includes Pakistan, who are very reliant on ICC money. But what it also shows is that the implications of this boycott are very far-reaching. Again, they should, in fact, let's say, can have considered these things, and now you're seeing Sri Lanka step in and basically say, look, our tourism is being impacted. And this is down to nothing to do with us, by the way. It's you guys' problems. Please sort it out amongst yourselves, but don't boycott the match. It's, as I said, it's one of those very, very complicated things. And for those of you who are just joining, because again, I'm seeing a lot of you pop in on this stream, Sri Lanka Cricket have written a very long letter to the Pakistan Cricket Board asking them to reconsider their potential boycott of the T20 World Cup game against India. The reasons they're outlining is because Sri Lanka as a nation, could be facing significant losses thanks to this match not going forward. Because again, let's in fact be serious. There is a simple fact that their tourism will be impacted big time. The hotel bookings are already being cancelled. Ticket sales are done with, but if those tickets aren't, if the match doesn't go forward, then of course those ticket sales will count for nothing. So Sri Lanka Cricket have basically outlined all of these things in a long letter and told the PCB, listen, we have done you favors in the past. You guys should do us a favor now and ensure that you come play the match and ensure that we don't take financial hits. Now, of course, the ball is very much in the PCB's court, but it is also worth remembering this is a government decision, not in fact something that the PCB has any control over. So that's the breaking news update. I'm seeing a few of you guys ask us about the Women's Premier League. Don't worry, guys. We'll come and do a nice long discussion for you guys after the match is done and dusted. I know DC have put in a good performance now, but we'll discuss all of it once the match is finally done and dusted. Although if you're a DC fan, I'd be very confident of you actually ending the trophy drought. But that's it from us on this breaking news update. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, if you enjoy our work, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.